Hey beautiful, it's Lily. Guys, today I wanted to talk about victimizing yourself. I think everyone does this, and I also feel like we are so accustomed to victimizing ourselves because the world wants us to be a victim of what's going on in our environment. For example, if your father is an alcoholic, the world, your environment does not want you to surrender what you're from, or the outcome. The outcome is what you can control. You can't control maybe your environment at that point because you're a child, don't have anywhere to go, but the world doesn't want you to be better. So why let the world win when you have the opportunity to create something for yourself? So that is just a perfect example. I hope you guys understand this, because victimizing yourself will ruin everything that you have going on for yourself. And I hate blocking my goals here. About empowerment, okay? So being empowered that you went through the hard things and you got out of it. People are like, oh my gosh, like I'm going through this, like I'm not gonna get anywhere out of this, I'm going to stay like this. Guys, if your mind thinks that you're not going to get out of that, you're not going to get out of that. No. This is why our mind, people say your mind is so powerful. Do you know why? Because if your mind can manifest the man that you want, that you love, can manifest, maybe a piece of jewelry or a piece of purse that you want, or maybe the outfit that you've been wondering about, you manifested it because you bought it, you have it, you're wearing it, and now you're like, I don't want it no more. Victimizing yourself is not really fulfilling your present moment. I really 100% think this is what it is, because when you are empowered of what you went through, you take accountability of what you went through and what you had to do to get through those things. Okay, for example, me, right? I went through something very, very difficult in my life. I did not know how to get through it, but I had my mom, and I do not have the best relationship with my mom. But I want to have the best relationship with my mom because I don't have a relationship with my father. Therefore, I need to be healthy, and I hope my mom can understand that. My mom helped me get out of a situation, and I was empowered about the fact that I saw that she cared and loved me, and I was like, wow, like this gives me another idea of what life can be if I just allow people to love me, allow people to help me. I also want you to be careful of who you allow in your environment. Don't do things and don't be around people just because you're lonely, okay? You always have a choice. So be empowered of what you go through instead of saying, I went through this because X, B, Y, and Z. No. We cannot blame people for what we went through. You knew you had a choice and you decided to go with the poor choice, or you decided to go with the comfortable choice at that moment. Okay, guys? Remember this, okay? Life is not going to be perfect ever, but life is what you make it. And I 100% agree with that. For example, if you choose to be with the man because you love him, but you don't choose the man that loves you, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? You might get more hurt because this guy, you're like in love with him, but the guy that loves you is most likely going to never hurt you. And it's a kind of crappy situation, but we also have to be not too delusional when it comes to love. I'm very delusional with love. Like I love, and I'm the type to be like, okay, like I'm going to do anything for my partner, but my partner better do everything for me because we cannot be dumb. Okay, so this is when I want you to take control of your life. Okay, if you can control your mind, you can control your life. Okay, when I mean take control of your life, take control of your actions for tomorrow. Okay, oh my god, I'm fat, I'm ugly. Guys, are you going to the gym? Are you doing the things that you have to do to lose weight? Or are you eating a piece of chocolate every single night and eating Netflix? Like, this is what I'm talking about. You guys, like, I love when people are like, manifest. Guys, if you manifest all freaking day and don't go to work, I promise you the bill will be right there still waiting for you. So it's not just manifesting. Yes, we must think of what we want and attract it, but we also must do the actions. Like, it doesn't just make sense. Like, things are not just gonna fall from the sky, and that is written from the Bible. We need a mindset shift, okay? So encouraging a shift from a victim mentality to an empowered mindset, focusing on what can be controlled and changed, okay? So like I was saying earlier, if we are so focused on the past, how do you expect the present or the future to change if you're constantly just complaining about how this isn't going well for you, how last year maybe if you would did this differently, this would go well for you? Like, that is not how this works, okay? You need to take accountability for what happened, leave it in the past, learn a lesson. Every single time you don't like when something's going on or someone does you dirty or whatever the case is, leave it as a learning lesson. Don't say, oh, but if this didn't happen, if this person said that and I made this decision because of this, and no, you're gonna drive yourself insane. Take accountability. If someone cheated on you, take it as a lesson. Okay, I probably don't love myself enough to walk away. I probably don't respect myself. I'm probably not financially stable enough to walk away. Okay, don't complain about it. Do something about it. That's if you really want to change, because no one can help somebody that doesn't really want to change. That's helping a door that just is locked all the time and trying to open it. It just doesn't make sense. Now, self-reflection, right? Now, this one is going to hit a couple people because I talk about this so much because, guys, like, I have been hurt so many times, and I think it's because helping someone that doesn't really want to change is honestly one of the worst pains ever, because you are helping someone to not change, if that makes sense. Because why would they change if they always have you? Why would they change if they always have your help? It's like a toxic boyfriend, right? If you're always there, accepting his behavior, accepting the bare minimum, or just accepting whatever he does that you may not necessarily like or feel respected, he's not going to change, and you are the one that's going to end up in pain. Now, I want to talk about self-reflection. It's encouraging I need to encourage self-reflection because it's identifying areas where one might be adopting a victim mentality and how to change those patterns, okay? So with self-reflection, I think this hits a lot of people like on their nerves. Why I say this is because everyone wants to be not wrong. I won't necessarily say right, but people don't want to be wrong, and people don't want to admit when they're wrong because it hurts our ego and our self-esteem. So the issue here is that when we really self-reflect what we did, our behavior, when we're happy, when we're mad, when we're frustrated, if we self-reflect and say, oh my gosh, like, have you ever gotten to an argument with somebody and you're like, why did I say that? Or like, you're like, oh my God, like maybe I should have acted this way, or maybe that's not worth my energy. Well, you need to self-reflect every time, because when you do this, you learn and grow from it, okay? The point of self-reflection is for you to actually grow from it, okay? And if you are somebody that really doesn't want to grow, just know that you will be staying the same for the next 7-10 years, okay? You're not growing. How do you expect to have better in life? How do you expect to be abundant? How do you expect to have a partner that respects you, loves you, and adores you? How do you expect to have great relationships with people? Like, you need to self-reflect. And I think a lot of people also, what they do is they try to think what you're thinking and they respond for you. And that's a really bad personality trait, a really bad characteristic trait that a lot of people have. And I do this myself but I do catch myself. There's a difference. Because, for example, if I'm saying, okay, so if I do this, and this is the amount of money I'm gonna make, and the person's like, no, you can't do that because of this, but I had another idea. You're basically just talking, just talking for me and thinking for me. And that's not okay, because our characteristics are kind of built of what we grew up with, but like what's in our environment as well. That's why it says the people you hang out around with, the 5 people you hang around with, is the people that you'll be like. This is where you set your boundaries and self-reflection, because when you reflect how you spoke to someone and how they spoke to you, it's like, did I speak to them because they triggered me like that? And should I just set a boundary where I kind of take away my presence from them? Or I kind of just don't react to their question that doesn't really align with me? Or you don't do an activity with them that doesn't align with your morals, right? So self-reflection is really important because it shows you who you really are and who you want to be. And imagine you in a room full of people that are just saying a whole bunch of bad things about you and treating you bad and just making you feel like crap, you're gonna get triggered. So the truth is, they'll be basically controlling you. They're going like this, pulling you, pulling you, pulling you, pulling you. And you're gonna be like, You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like you're reacting. So if you control your mind and you self-reflect, like, this person is saying this about me because that's how they feel about themselves, because that's not how I feel, right? And I never tell anybody to tell your problems to anybody, because your friends are never the people to tell your problems to. Like, go to therapy or talk to God or talk to somebody that you really trust, but only talk to one person about it, because you don't want a whole bunch of different opinions, because it's going to actually inflict your decision. It's going to make your decision like you're gonna be undecisive, and that's not okay. So setting boundaries is very important when you self-reflect, because now you're gonna know, this is what I do want, this is what I don't want, and this is how you either respect me, take it as it is, or not. But you also have to understand that if you're allowing, or if you don't want this boundary, crossed, you also need to respect the other person's boundary. Sometimes people actually don't take things like you take them. So you do have to speak with that person. We stop assuming things. That's where we get hurt. That's where we overthink, and it's not the case. This is why it's so important to self-reflect. Why am I so defensive? Why is it that when someone says that I can't achieve something, I get defensive? Why? Is it because in my mind I really think that? Or is it because my parents, when I was little, would tell me go to school and just find a job, and that triggers me? Guys, no one should believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Self-reflect that, okay? No one. You should do the execute everything you want. Do the actions you need to do in order to execute correctly. Have that mindset shift, and people will start believing you when your words correspond to your actions, okay? So that's how you are going to take the practical steps to change for what you want, okay? And I need you guys to have a thought processor, right? What can you control? What can't you control? Does this person trigger me? Should I distance myself because I don't want to be like this person? This person doesn't self-reflect. This person isn't aware. This person assumes things from my words when that's not my intention. Like, that's not my intention. That's a problem, because someone is lacking self-awareness. And when somebody tells you that you're the one lacking self-awareness, but you try to understand this person, but this person doesn't try to understand you, that means that that person is still not at the highest level. Because when you really lack self-awareness, honestly, you should know that. No one should tell you that, and if someone tells you that, you need to self-reflect and really evaluate if this is true, or if someone's manipulating you, or if someone's triggering you, or if someone's just saying this because they're insecure about themselves. This is why you need to trust your intuition and need to trust who you are. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, because you guys are my supporters, and I'm here to support you guys and love you guys just as much. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe for more videos that are going to just make sure that you are the best version of yourself. And I want you healed, happy. Stop focusing on the negative energy. Focus on the positive to be abundant and embrace the good. Okay? Bye.